The history of the Conservative Party has been, for example, to dilute sanctions against Russia on the basis it would damage the City of London, which bankrolls the Conservative Party. As for having a so-called united front, I remember all too well the Iraq War, which the Henry Jackson Society and its key figures were principal cheerleaders on. I remember Libya, when we were told that anybody who opposed the Libyan war was a disgrace, was a stooge for Colonel Gaddafi. And Helmand Province, that anybody who opposed or criticised the government's stance on the basis that we should be united as a country against, and anybody else was a stooge of Saddam Hussein, of Colonel Gaddafi, of the Taliban. And what happened with the attempt to bully people into silence was those people who still now walk the stage of politics and who are splashed across the media as statesmen, as sensible, hard-nosed individuals who understand reality, while all the people, like Jeremy Corbyn, every single time who was vindicated, is portrayed as a traitor and a coward. It was Jeremy Corbyn who was standing isolated then back in the 1980s when Britain backed Saddam Hussein as he gassed the Kurds. It was him who was one of those arrested opposing apartheid South Africa, whilst the Conservatives said they were a terrorist organisation. It was him, yes, who opposed the Iraq War, with the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people and the deaths of 189 or so British service personnel. And yes, one of about 6 MPs who opposed the war in Libya, which turned that place into a safe haven for Islamist extremists, fanatics and ISIS, and we saw the rise of ISIS across Iraq, of course, as well. The same people, over and over again, who are the architects of the biggest foreign policy catastrophes of all time, are still treated as sensible, moderate, hard-nosed people like the Henry Jackson Society, and in any decent world or society with any justice, these people would have absolutely no credibility on any subject whatsoever, and yet they still walk the stage as though we should treat them seriously, when Jeremy Corbyn was far more right than they were on the biggest foreign policy calls of our time, and I think they should be a little bit more humble about it than that.